Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. I mean, guys, this year has already been off the chain. I mean, it seemed like just a lot of these black entertainers just been going down, crashing out. Man, just finished wrapping up Shannon Sharp. That's over and done with. You know, we know about all the situations at Fox, Dr. Umar. Guys, the list goes on and on. Maybe I missed some other people in here too, man. You know what I'm saying? And now we have good old Gilbert Arenas, man. Oh yeah, I even talk about Marcus Morris, man, right? and his old major gambling fraud debt he got in Las Vegas. So here we have Gilbert Arenas, as you can see by the headlines. Ex-NBA star Gilbert Arenas arrested. Feds say he ran illegal gambling business. Wow. Former NBA superstar Gilbert Arenas. Superstar. He was a damn good player. He was a damn good guard, though. He really was. I don't know about superstar, but he's a really good guard. Probably fringe superstar at one point. If only for that locker room incident in 2010. Anyways, Gilbert Arenas was arrested in Southern California on Wednesday after authorities say he ran an illegal gambling business. Federal prosecutors claim the ex-Washington Wizards guard, along with 5 others, rented out his Encino mansion to hold high-stakes cards games from September 2021 to July 2022. Okay, guys. So, real quick though, now I've known Gilbert Arenas to be playing poker, big on poker. Okay, and I think he made a couple appearances, a poker live stream show that I watched. And if you look at my channel, or if you have followed my channel early on, or like, you know, I did talk some poker drama as it relates to Hustler Casino Live out in Gardena, California. It was a lot. They hosted these private whale games with a lot of rich cash poker games. And I think it was like around, early 2022, Gilbert was on there. I think he made 2 appearances on there. I mean, Paul Pierce has made an appearance. I remember almost a year ago, Jimmy Butler has made an appearance on there. Okay, but for Gilbert Arenas, it's always been known that he plays poker. And I'm a big poker fan too, so I play a lot out here in Arizona. Not as much the past couple of years, but I used to play a lot. But yeah, so this story is really not surprising to me, honestly, and considering these dates they're talking about. So anyways, though, high stakes cards games. He was running illegal high stakes cards games, or holding high stakes cards games from September 2021 to July 2022. Okay, the feds alleges Arenas hired a 51-year-old to help him stage a place for games and collect rent. They say Arenas' partners in the biz hired women to serve the gamblers at the residence and added a staff of chefs, valets, security guards to make the games more enticing. The alleged business owners, prosecutors wrote in the court documents, profited off it all by taking in a rake from each pot. Arenas and the 5 other defendants were hit with 2 charges: 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. If convicted on both charges, prosecutors say they're facing up to 5 years in prison for each count. Arenas was also additionally charged with 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. The 4-year was expected to appear in court later Wednesday to face charges. I don't know if he is made bail or not. I mean, look, 5 years for each charge. I mean, I'm sure he has money for a good lawyer and everything. I don't see him doing a lot of jail time. I don't know, but either way, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Okay, he was getting greedy. Okay, I wonder if this is around the time where he really started launching his Gilbert Arenas podcast. I'm not really sure what year he launched that, but nonetheless, though, I mean, look, man, when you run these illegal, and by the way, too, he's not the only guy, right? It's only funny because it's Gilbert Arenas, right? But there's a lot of guys in LA. This is in Southern California. This is a thing that happens out there, of a lot of underground, private home games, that run poker games, high stakes poker games, high stakes card games, privately, and you gotta get invited and you gotta be in the know. Only reason I know this because some of the live streams you'll hear guys talk about it, or how some of these bigger cash game guys you see on these live streams, especially like Hustler Casino, it's kind of how they met, right? And then they'll just end up, getting on a live stream, right? All these people aren't so-called random rich people out of nowhere. They've been well connected, they have their own private businesses, been loan sharks. Okay, there's a whole underground in Southern California of high stakes poker cash games, especially in the greater LA area. And it seemed like Gil, and honestly, I feel like around that time frames, these months they're talking about was like the peak of that. It's still maybe going on to a high degree, maybe not as much, but because of the live stream cash games are more prevalent now, so no need to be like, going to someone's house, even though this still happens. But that was, around that time, that time frame, he was getting on the action. I wouldn't be surprised if it was some of these poker guys that I've seen on some of these cash games that were at his house, and clearly he was making a racket on it, and lines to the feds and all that stuff. Still can get in a lot of trouble. I don't know how much jail time. If it's 5 years for 10 charges, 5 years for each charge, and he's charged on 2 counts. So, and lines to the feds. So, when it's federal charges, is it 85% of the time they got to do? Could he be doing some jail time? That's very possible. The reason why it's funny is Gilbert Arenas, because it's like karma at the end of the day for this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, honestly, I really was like getting distasteful with Gilbert when he's making fun of Joel Embiid, making fun of the African team, he makes fun of a lot of people. I get it, but it just comes across as very distasteful and disgusting. But it seemed like his past has caught up to him. Okay. And then he's with Underdog Fantasy. So, black folks and gambling haven't been on a hot streak lately. Have not been, and now it's his own fault. He's not a victim in all this. Okay. Making a lot of money. The house he has, I don't know if it was his house when he was renting it, but he has a big house. I believe that's where he was doing the Underdog Fantasy stuff. Doing the Gilbert Arenas, and sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. He's sponsored by Adidas. It's not a good look. Not a good look. I wonder why it took so long to get this dude, unless dudes weren't snitching, unless someone finally snitched, or unless, they finally were able to build a case, almost 3 years later, and to finally get his ass, so... very interesting from Gil. I've known him to be a gambler. I've known him to be playing poker and be on these live streams, or a couple times that I've seen, or at least these poker live streams. And then now here he is, getting jammed up, and all this, man. What a shame for Gil. You think he was doing good, building his platform up, making a lot of money, and then now he's got to get set back, pay a lot of lawyers, and yeah, now that the feds are involved and everything like that. Gil's always found himself in trouble, man. He'll always find himself to be in some kind of BS. And that's just the nature of who he is. And I'm not surprised by any of this. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.